beauty is an interesting space, and it really, just like fashion, it takes all kinds. There's the most minimal makeup all the way to the most maximal, the most maximum, the most crazy over the top, and the most expensive. So today, what I thought we would do is look at two new collections that really epitomize the barest minimalist aesthetic and just kind of over the top, superfluous, silly, not even for expense, but just for need for it. And you'll see what I mean. We're going to look at Minimal Jones Road, Maximal Diane von Furstenberg, and Estee Lauder here today with me, Rebecca, on Not Fit for Print Beauty. I'm a fashion and beauty editor. I've done this for 25 years. I have reviewed thousands and thousands of products, and I hope to be a little bit of a discerning eye for you onto what you should spend your hard-earned money on and what you really don't need. If money were no object, we would have it all. But money is always an object, even for me as a creator. I'm purchasing this stuff for a business. I'm actually a very minimum makeup wearer myself. If you see me, you guys who have seen me out and about, come say hi if you do. You'll notice I'm wearing very little makeup when you see me. I am really a minimalist. So, but I can review all of it, and I hope that you will subscribe and come with me on this journey. So let's talk about these two collections. So Diane von Furstenberg, famous of course for the wrap dress and a fashion name, and also quite a hit in fragrance, has teamed up with Estee Lauder to make this kind of limited edition, sort of a little capsule collection that includes, it does include a fragrance that I didn't purchase, but I did purchase the In Charge multi-use blush stick. We're going to swatch all this outside in the warm California sunshine. This is $35. It's very, very pretty. And, you know, it comes with this very snazzy keepsake makeup bag. And then there's also this trio of lip glosses that we're going to talk about when we try them on. We're going to talk about the prices. So what did I say? This is $45, and that lip gloss trio is $35 for all three. It's not bad as far as expensive makeup goes, but what are you getting for it? You're getting the name Diane von Furstenberg and a lot of really fancy packaging. But we got to talk about if it's worth it or not, especially if you're a collector. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, to bookend our video here, is the most minimal of minimal, and that is Bobbi Brown. She would be very complimented by that. Bobbi Brown, with her namesake brand, before she left, of course, it was all about bare minimum makeup, and she's doing the same thing and has been doing the same thing at Jones Road. And they have a new release called the new Blushing Stick. Now, this was sent to me in PR. Jones Road is a brand that has taken me a while to catch on to, I admit, but I'm really starting to develop, to like see where Bobbi Brown is going with it and develop an appreciation. These are $34 each. They come in 9 shades. They can be used on the lip and cheek, and I have 3 different shades that we're going to see. It also comes with a little makeup bag. Talk about a difference. Talk about minimal. Kind of almost the same type of material. This has that smashed bag look that I always tease Jones Road. Looks like the lunch bags at the bottom of my kids' backpacks when they were younger. It's an evil thing to say because I do have a lot of admiration for Bobbi Brown and Jones Road Beauty, but it's kind of funny because it's true. All right, so let's take these outside into the warm California sunshine and take a look at them first. First off, we have the Diane von Furstenberg Estee Lauder collaboration. There's that glassy lip oil. Do you see it? Blink and you'll miss it. It's on the left. Crystal, Salt Pink, and Dusk Pink. Do they all look clear? Yeah, they do. And then we have the In Charge multi-use blush. That's the $35 stick in Pink Me. It's like a radiant color. Like I said, there's a fragrance too. And then, of course, we have the Jones Road over to the right there, new blush sticks. There's 9 shades in them, but mine are Bare, Joy, and Pinch that you see on my arm there. Bare, Joy, and Pinch. And they're really, really pretty. Okay, so let's talk about what you get here. This is a very supposedly In Charge multitask blush, radiant blush stick. And it is, if you look at it, it's got like gold in it. It's very pretty. Let me just put a little bit on right here. You could see the gold reflection. It's lovely. The packaging is pretty. You get the name, Diane von Furstenberg, who's no slouch when it comes to creating makeup. Diane von Furstenberg has done her own cosmetics in the past. And that is beautiful. It's got a little bit of a gold reflection. I'm trying to kind of overdo it so you can see it. I am going to give you my thoughts on this collection and on the Jones Road. Could you put this on the lips? Sure. It's not advertised as a lip product, but you could. You know, sometimes we don't have to wait for it to be advertised that way, but... And then you have these three, which are essentially 3 clear glosses. All right, you're going to go, they're not though, one's pink. We'll put them on over, but they're really pretty to pull out of your bag. They're real fancy and lovely. I cannot tell the pink shades apart from the clear shade. Basically, you're getting 3 clear lip glosses for $35. They're nice. They don't, the formula is nice. They don't sting. I'm going to show you. They don't plump. They don't have a weird fragrance. They're very nice. Let's take a look at the Jones Road product. Here's the shade Bear, and this is a magnetic case, and it's very minimal. I mean, literally, they are so night and day different. This doesn't have any sort of a gold sheen or reflection. It's much more balmy. It's almost like, if I had to, you guys, you know what I would say? I brought over a brush, by the way, but I'm just kind of using my hands to show you, because that's how Bobbi Brown to use your hands, right? So we're not as glowy because there's no gold like there is in this, and that's what makes this over the top. This is just a much more minimal, kind of useful. I'm only showing you one shade. And what I like to do lately, you guys, with something like this, is I'll actually, I did this in another video, I'll actually do like what I call the Adam Ant stripe. Do you remember Adam and the Ants? Adam Ant? And I would actually do this and then I blend. Honestly, I do. It's my face shape. It helps. Let me just show you actually. Don't laugh, because you're going to go, oh my God, she's lost it. She's crazy. But if you, I know. And I'm covering up the look of the two, but then I just kind of blend. And there's just something about it that just kind of looks like you got a little sun on the face. And it's just kind of like very kind of youthful and cheerful. And I love that. And I think these are great for that look. Plus, you can put it on the lips. Now, many of you are going to go, ew, no, don't, because, you know, a lot of you won't like that from this to that. So you can go ahead and put it on your finger. And these are really soothing and lovely on the lip. The Diane von Furstenberg Estee Lauder, it really isn't meant for the lip. So the formula can feel a little drying. This feels really right on the lip, and I'm going to show you. I know I look a little bit sunburnt, but that's kind of the point. And then I'm going to show you one of these pink shades over it from Estee Lauder Diane von Furstenberg. I'm going to mix high and low. These are a lovely oil in the fact that they feel exactly like an oil. What do I mean? Exactly what I said. No mint, no scent, no pigment, and they are not sticky, they are not thick, they are not cushiony, they are just an oil. So they feel really nice. They add a really nice amount of shine, except unfortunately you get 3 and they're all basically clear. They really are. I mean, in fact, you want to laugh, these two that are pink almost look the way like my clear Posh gloss, you know, from Victoria Beckham Beauty looks when I use it over a color. You know, it just takes on a hue, but it's still clear. Okay, so my assessment is this. If you want a quick, easy look, you are much better off hitting these little stickies for $34, 9 shades, beautiful. Pick your shade. They're easy, they're quick, they're also comfy on the lips. So typical Bobbi Brown fare, take it to the gym, take it out of the gym. I mean, it's really good. They wear really nicely. This product is kind of like what we wanted Miracle Balm to be, so it doesn't have the scent of the Miracle Balm. It doesn't remain sticky a little bit. You know, it's got a little bit of a stickiness. This one does too. Who are these for? This is for your everyday person who really just wants a nice look, quick, easy. They're not dewy. They're not matte. Do they last super long? No, you'd have to maybe powder them or put them with a powder blush to extend their longevity. On their own, they're 4 or 5 hours. I'm just being honest. They're affordable and they're easy and they're not exciting. These products are pretty to look at in their packaging. They're fun, they're expendable, and they're silly. Whereas I can see why someone would spend $121 on this Hermes product. I really do, if you love it. I have to be honest with you that I don't think this particular collection is worth it. I can't even imagine it's going to sell well for them. Perhaps if you are a massive fan of everything Estee Lauder and a massive fan of everything Diane von Furstenberg, I will say Estee Lauder glosses are lovely, and these are like that. I mean, it's just a lip oil, but they're nothing to write home about. It is a collection that I purchased for review for you guys, and it's kind of sat there. It's still new, but it's kind of sat there because I didn't feel enthusiastic about it. Hard to think that you would also. But the Jones Road, and I know some of you have told me that you're slow to warm to Jones Road. The Jones Road is really an interesting product. I think I'm starting to really understand the vibe that Bobbi Brown is throwing out there, and I think these are really pretty. So this is a skip for me. I'm going with the minimal on this one. Even though, talk about maximal stuff like the Dior and the Hermes, I love it, but there's just no need for this. There's just too much else that you can get, and I have mad respect for Diane von Furstenberg, but this doesn't work. Down below, let me know some makeup that you would spend a ton on and makeup you wouldn't. Mascara, would you spend a ton on mascara, or is that drugstore for you? Where are you minimal and where are you maximal? Let's just say it that way. Tell me what areas of your beauty routine, you can throw in fashion if you'd like to, but tell me what areas, and come visit me over on Instagram and TikTok and Threads. I'm on Facebook too. And we have a membership right here on YouTube. We meet every Friday, and you can come and show your, I was going to say show your pretty face, but you'll be typing. Show your pretty typing. And I would love to see you there. I also communicate with you guys in comments. So I'd love to see you answer that question and where you are on all of it. Little programming note, I do have the Violette FR eyeshadows coming up. I've got some new Prada gloss, all sorts of other new products coming up. We got the new Viseart, which I'm very excited about. We also have new What's Up Beauty, if you like What's Up Beauty, and Sydney Grace, some favorite independent brands that we're going to be looking at in the next couple of days. So I do hope that you join me for that. I am finally putting the finishing touches on my new set, starting to look a little more familiar, starting to feel a little more like what I had going in my other set, but you can weigh in on that. I would love to hear your thoughts. As usual, I will chat with you in the comments, and I look forward to seeing all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.